for you to catch it on your way home. But let me see. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it. So the big uproar, or the biggest news really from last week, is Drake dropped a surprise album. If you didn't know, which I'm sure you do by now, because it's fucking Drake. He dropped a surprise album last Friday, which was called Honestly Nevermind, and it's been had the I want to say it's been had the timeline split, but I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of you niggas that just hate this shit. It's only I can only count. I only seen a handful of people that actually fuck with this album, and that's due to the fact of it not being a traditional Drake album or a quote unquote or a traditional hip hop album. This was a dance album. The beats were, or the music in general was more of dance, poppy, kind of somewhat Caribbean esque type of party music. Really, it was really mainly house music, and due to that, it being a surprise album, nobody knew what to expect really, and then it being the dance album that it was, or just the album that it was in general, it kind of took people by surprise. And like I said, it was a lot of people online who hated this shit. I'm talking about straight up and down hated this shit. Me personally, I love this shit, dog. This shit sounds fucking great to me, my nigga. The shit sound like I need a fucking hookah pipe, a drink, and some bitches around at all times. Like, bro, this album is fucking amazing, my nigga. This sound like some shit you hear at the hookah bar. Sound like some shit you hear at the probably at the mixed crowd club where the DJ play a little bit of everything, or maybe the white clubs, quote unquote, if you want to say that. But like I said, me personally, I've been jamming to this shit, my nigga. Like the night Friday night when it came out, I just got to the house. I've been listening to that shit damn near every day since. And it's like I said, it's Thursday, so it's a whole almost a week, a day short of a week later, and nigga, this shit still fucking riding to me, my nigga. I personally, I really don't see why niggas hate this shit so much. And I guess it really just has to do with it's not a rap, it's not no rap shit, it's not no quote unquote typical Drake shit. But this ain't the first time Drake did some house music, some Caribbean poppy type of shit. Cause I know what there was a lot of what was on More Life was, well, I'm not gonna say a lot. A decent amount of what was on More Life was similar to this. So, and that was a whole nother album. I can't remember I honestly can't remember what the reaction to More Life was now. I'll be honest with you, it's a decent amount of More Life that I actually don't like, because I don't like I didn't like the UK rap shit. Like I don't all the man tings and all that shit. I'm not a fan of that shit. But the other shit I'm cool with. Like the house music, the fucking Caribbean type vibes. Like the shit sound like you need to go on vacation. Like that's what the shit sound like to me. The shit really sound like, nigga, you need to put some work in so you can goddamn be on vacation and listen to this and enjoy this shit. So I think that's what this shit is. But I mean, it's just a different sound than what he typically puts out. And I really fuck with that, because I get tired of hearing rappers in general do the same songs over and over and over again. So it's like you kind of can't, I would hate to be an artist, because as an artist you can't really win nowadays, because it's like if you do something that sounds the same as everything else you put out, niggas gonna say, oh, you doing the same song over and over again. But then if you take a leap and do some different shit for once, then it's like, oh, this shit trash, this shit is ass, this shit is blah. Like, what the fuck do y'all want from artists, my nigga? Like, I mean, me personally, like I was saying, I love the shit. It seems to be that the only song, or the only songs that people really like, are towards the end of the album, which is Liability, which is, I think it's the second to last song on the album. Give me a second. Yeah, Liability is the second to last song, and then the Jimmy Cooks with 21 Savage, because those two are more of the I guess typical sounds that you hear in hip hop. Liability is more of a kind of Houston, Texas, slow down, screw type of beat, type of tempo, and then Jimmy Cooks, is it Cooks or Crooks? Yeah, Jimmy Cooks. Jimmy Cooks is really just a typical hip hop song at the end of the day. So those two seem to be the only two that people really agree on that's good. Personally, like I said, I fucks with the whole album through and through. Like I put this shit on Let It Ride, but just off the top, some of my favorites, Currents is definitely one of mine. A Keeper, I want to say is one of mine too. Sticky is definitely one of mine. Sticky is that shit. Sticky is the fucking one. Do you hear me? Sticky is really the fucking one. Between Sticky, between Sticky and Tie That Binds. Oh my god. Nah, I take that back. That Tie That Binds is the fucking one. Not the two or the three, but the fucking one. And then I also like really like Liability. I also really like Jimmy Cooks or 21 Savage. 21 slid on that shit. 21 murdered his fucking verse on that shit. Like that shit was fucking crazy. But I feel like 21 to the masses is kind of a, I don't want to say a, I definitely don't want to say lesser known, but he's a lesser I guess expecting, like people kind of expect less from 21 overall, just because I mean outside of a couple songs here or there, he's been kind of quiet somewhat. Like if you're really not paying attention like that, he's kind of quiet somewhat. But I mean, if you tapped in at all, that nigga be talking some shit, bro. Like I listened to his album, it's a album the other day, and boy, that nigga he be talking the shit and he can really make a song too. So that's definitely goes hand in hand. So but yeah, shout out to him. But I believe that Tie That Binds, I believe that's gonna be my favorite off this album, because when that little Hispanic type guitar come on, oh my nigga, I be ready to goddamn get with Maria and shake my goddamn hips. You hear me, dog? Boy, that shit come on. That shit is something different, fam. That shit is really something different. So I definitely say if you haven't heard by now, which I'm sure most of you have anyway, uh, honestly, Nevermind by Drake is a good fucking album in my opinion. Let me see. Going along with new music.